Business and Law. May I ask that you now stand for the entry of the academic procession and the Chancellor of the University of New England, and remain standing for the National Anthem. Thank you.
Please be seated. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land that we call New England and pay my respects to their elders past and present. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you today to the University of New England and for the spring graduation ceremony for the Faculty of the Sciences, Agriculture, Business and Law. To our occasional address speaker, Professor Craig Mahoney, Councillor Michael Pearce, Mayor of Uralla Shire Council, Councillor Peter Bailey, representing the Armidale Regional Council, our Deputy Chancellor, Ms Jan McClelland, Vice-Chancellor Professor Bridget Hayward, Esquire Bedell, Professor Ray Cooksey, my fellow council members, members of the senior executive, the entire university community who's here, ladies and gentlemen, but especially you, our graduates. It's your day, so a special welcome to you. Enjoy it. You've worked hard to get here. You've sacrificed quite a lot to be here, so please enjoy it and remember it. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for being inside. We normally hold these ceremonies when the sun is shining in front of Bull, but we are a victim of the drought. The lawns on this campus could not handle 1,000 feet on them in such a short time, so we've moved it inside, but we can promise you a great ceremony. Graduation ceremonies are celebrations for the university as a whole. It's what we're here for. It's one of the main reasons why we're here. You come here to learn what you want to learn and learn the skills that we can teach you. You leave today having set up your own networks of the people who you've studied with, who you'll know all your life. You leave today with the skills and knowledges that will enrich your lives and the lives of your families and the companies that you work for, or the government departments you work for. But please remember, you also have skills and knowledge that will enrich the lives of the communities you live in, will make them better places to live. So don't be shy to come forward with those skills and that knowledge base to help those communities. So as I said earlier, enjoy today, remember it, as it is worth remembering. I declare this ceremony open and ask Annual Elder Mr Colin Ahoy to welcome us to country. Thank you.
A welcome to country shows respect for the traditional custodians of a particular region or area, where an Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander elder from the local region welcomes people to the land. This may be done through speech, song or dance. Protocols for welcoming visitors to country have been a part of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures for thousands of years. Despite the absence of fences or visible borders, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander groups had clear boundaries separating their country from that of another group. Crossing into another group's country required a request for permission to enter, like gaining a visa, and when that permission was granted, the hosting group would welcome the visitors. While visitors were provided with a safe passage, they also had to respect the protocols and rules of the landowner group while on their country. Today, obviously, much has changed, and these protocols have been adapted to contemporary circumstances. But the essential ingredients of welcoming visitors and offering a safe passage remain in place. The land where this university stands is the country of my people, the Annuan people, who are the traditional custodians of this land. And we share the caring of this country with the Gumbaynggirri, Dunghutti and Kamilaroi people. I pay respect to the elders of those nations, both past and present, and I extend that same respect to each of you today, and welcome. Thank you, Chancellor.
Thank you, Colin. I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Bridget Hayward, to introduce Professor Craig Mahoney as today's occasional address speaker.
Chancellor, members of Council, colleagues from the Academy, families and friends, graduates, it's my very great pleasure to introduce today's occasional address speaker. Professor Mahoney is the Principal and Vice-Chancellor at the University of the West of Scotland. He is known as a dynamic public advocate for higher education, and he has a keen, proven interest in differentiated learning, teaching excellence, internationalisation, and research-informed teaching. He started out as a chartered psychologist, and he is internationally recognised for sports psychology and the work that he has contributed to sports entities across the United Kingdom, Europe and globally. He's worked with the Gaelic Football, England Netball, the English Premier League, the Referees Association, the Lawn Tennis Association, the Irish Olympic Sailing and Netball Scotland, and I'm exhausted just reading that. He is on the Sport Scotland Board Quality Assurance Agency Board and is a trustee of the Carnegie Trust for the Universities of Scotland and chair of the Universities of Scotland's Learning and Teaching Committee and Efficiency Task Force. From all of that, you will know that he is committed to being part of the discovery, development and implementation of relevant education to a small community in a large nation in Europe. And he shares that learning with the international community. Indeed, Professor Mahoney has been here in Australia for the last 2 months, visiting regional universities such as UNE and our colleagues in the RUN network, so that he may share with us and take knowledge away from here about the ways in which tertiary education supports rural, remote and regional communities. But he is a local boy. He was brought up on a farm in Tasmania and is very much indeed a country boy at heart. And apparently, in addition to all the other activities that I've just described, he has capabilities in sheep shearing, cow milking and chicken rearing. Not quite sure what he's going to do with those as he matures, but we'll see. In later life, he played professional squash and is a real sports fanatic, no surprise there. Craig enjoys spending time with his family and his children whilst visiting everything in and around work, and recognises that fitting all these things together can be very challenging. But he remains passionate about everything that he engages in and has many tales to tell of his experiences across all these different frontiers over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite Professor Mahoney to deliver the occasional address. Please join me in making him welcome.
Thank you very much, Vice-Chancellor. Can I begin today by acknowledging that we are on country of the Anawan people who share the caring of this land with their other nations. I'd like to pay my respect to the elders past and present of these nations. Chancellor, Mr James Harris, Vice-Chancellor, Professor Bridget Hayward, UNE Council members, academic and professional staff, distinguished guests, but most importantly, the graduands and your family, welcome to your graduation ceremony, the class of 2019. Now, as you've just heard, but I hope you can tell from my accent, I am Australian and I'm very proud of my heritage. So I want to set the context of my short narrative with you today and share some experiences of my upbringing, together with a few key messages for the future. My story does begin in a farm setting with rolling hills, green paddocks, a stream, 2 young boys, one dressed in tartan shorts. My mother obviously knew I'd end up in Scotland. The other in jeans, running around causing mischief. We were herding sheep, milking cows, feeding pigs, catching chickens, fishing, trapping rabbits, and growing up under the care and guidance of our grandmother whilst parents worked. I'm talking about Bruce's sons, and I'm one of those sons. As a child, I had no knowledge of anyone who had gone to university. Education was valued in my family, but not well understood. Both my parents left school when they were 11 years of age and started work as pre-teenagers. Growing up in the era of a British band called the Beatles, as a young child I wanted to be a pop star. Seriously, I did. In my teenage years, that shifted to me wanting to become the Prime Minister of Australia. However, as a young adult, I set about becoming a world-class professional squash player. Now, the pop star and Prime Minister stuff still remain work in progress, but I did become the professional squash player. No longer wearing tartan shorts, I went to university a little while back, but merely because my older brother had gone and we were very competitive. I graduated from the University of Tasmania, majoring in chemistry and maths in 1980, and it was a great day. My classmates and I were full of hope and wonder, as you will be today. None of us having any great awareness of where our lives and careers would take us. I then became a secondary school teacher, but elite sport was burning inside me, and I interviewed for the role of Director of the Tasmanian Institute of Sport. I didn't get the job, so I accepted an offer to study for a master's degree in sports science at the University of Birmingham in England, and so began a significant career shift. In the late 80s, I took a job as a research assistant at the Queen's University of Belfast, which is where this gown is from, at a time when the Troubles were at their height, and basically people didn't want to go to Belfast. I completed a PhD in sports psychology and then started a leadership journey through higher education, whilst also working as a consultant sports psychologist to British, Irish and European teams. The two roles have sat alongside one another for 20 years, taking me to 6 universities across the UK and around the world with sport to Commonwealth Games, Olympic Games and World Championships. But how could a rural Tasmanian kid dressed in tartan shorts ever dream of that sort of journey? I'm living proof of what the German writer Johann Wolfgang von Goethe said: plunge boldly into the thick of life and seize it where you will. It will always be interesting. But I want to leave you with some lessons of things that I've learned. So there are 3 messages I want to talk about. The first is success and failure. I've learned throughout my life you will experience success and failure. I didn't get that job back in Tasmania. I ended up in the UK. The famous basketball player Michael Jordan once said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and I've missed it. I've failed over and over and over again, and that's why I succeed." But did you know that FAIL can be an acronym? First attempt in learning. Failing isn't permanent, but stopping is. So whilst life can be turbulent, your real capacity will be determined by how you cope with adversity and your resilience. My second lesson is uncertainty and change. You graduate today at a time of considerable uncertainty and rapid change. You see, I'm part of the BBC generation, born before computers. Throughout history, the world has gone through continual change. A change in the technology industry is explained by Moore's law, but that can be applied to life. Simplistically, Moore's law means each significant world change will take half as long as the last. General Eric Shinseki, a former United States Army Chief of Staff, once said, "If you don't like change, you're going to like irrelevance even less." So why am I telling you this? Well, in receiving your degree today, most of you will be seeking employment in a volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous world. However, remember you are here today due to your hard work and dedication, and you should be extremely proud of that. It will be your transferable skills, such as information literacy, critical thinking, open-mindedness, communication skills, problem solving, team working, cultural awareness and passion that will equip you for future success in your chosen career and help you navigate the Moore's law pace of change you will live through. And don't forget the University Alumni Association and the lifelong friends you've made while studying here at UNE. As a psychologist, I have a pretty positive outlook on life. Sure, there are problems, but every problem provides an opportunity. Economies are having to reinvent themselves to take account of changing needs. The world has a climate emergency. 1 million species are threatened with extinction due to human activity, and the political landscape in countries like the UK and the US, as well as Australia, probably is very challenging. But you are leaders of the future. The economy and our planet are depending on you. Your generation is particularly unique. You're open to change. You're attentive to important social issues and aware of your responsibility of creating a better world. You are the millennial generation. You are renowned for thinking at high speed. You exist at a time where people seek instant gratification in a Snapchat communication world, making Amazon purchases and with Uber-style mobility. For these reasons, you have the greatest opportunity in history for creating change and transforming society. My final message is dream big. I want to encourage you to leave here today with ambition. This year, as you probably know, marks the 50th anniversary when Neil Armstrong, joined by Buzz Aldrin, supported by Michael Collins, set foot on the moon 240,000 miles from home in 1969. It was President Kennedy's moonshot thinking in 1961, only 8 years earlier, that laid down that challenge. And this is what he said. He said, "We choose to go to the moon," I'm not using an American accent, "we choose to go to the moon," he said, "not because it's easy, but because it's hard." However, neither the technology nor the capability had been fully developed when Kennedy said that. So the team at NASA got behind a common goal to achieve the unachievable. When the lunar module landed on the moon's surface, the average age of staff at Mission Control was only 26. That means in 1961, when Kennedy issued his challenge, those people were just 18 years old. In 8 short years, they went from high school graduates to landing humans on the moon. Just think what you might be able to achieve in the next 8 years. You graduate today into a world where progress and innovation has never been moved so quickly. As I mentioned earlier when referring to Moore's Law, progress and innovation will be considered slow today when we look back in 5 years' time. You know, it took 62 years to reach 50 million users globally for cars. It took the telephone 50 years to reach 50 million users. Mobile phones took 12 years. Facebook took 3 years to reach 50 million users, and it took the game Pokemon Go only 19 days to reach 50 million users, and some of you are probably doing it now. We may live in uncertain times, but the future is ready for your personal intervention. You are no longer shooting for the moon, you're shooting for the fastest moving comet in the galaxy. Colin Powell once said, "Go forth and raise strong families, remembering that that all you can leave behind is your reputation, your good works, and your children for the next generation." It's time to open the doors and let your dream begin. My name is Craig Mahoney, and it's been my pleasure to give this address today. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig, very much for those wise words, and it is a great pleasure to have you here today at this graduation ceremony at the University of New England. I now invite the graduation ceremony to musicians to perform, and please would you remain seated while they do so.
La donna immobile col piume al vento muta d'accento e di pensiero,
sempre un amabile leggiadro viso, in quanto inriso e menzognero.
la donna immobile col piume al vento muta d'accento e di pensiero, e di pensiero.
E sempre misero chi alle s'affida, chi le confida, mal caro il cuore.
Ormai non sentisi felice a pieno, chi non quel seno non li va amore.
La donna è mobile, tal più al vento, muta d'accento e di pensiero, e di pensiero.
Thank you very much. We are blessed at this university, and in fact in the entire community of the New England, to have some extraordinary musicians and performers. And today, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen a great example of it. So thank you very much. I now invite the Chair of the Academic Board, Professor Mark Perry, to present the candidates for their degrees.
Would the graduands please stand? Chancellor, I submit to you the list of candidates as set out in the programme who have completed all requirements and are entitled to be admitted to their respective academic degrees and awards.
In the name of the Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit these candidates to their respective degrees and awards.
Would the graduates please be seated? Would the graduates who are also receiving a New England Award please stand? Chancellor, the new University of New England awards the New England Award to selected graduates who have demonstrated outstanding service to the university and the wider community and commitment to others. It's a non-academic award given by the university in recognition of the skills, attributes, leadership, and personal qualities that are developed through extracurricular activity, training, committee membership, voluntary work, and good citizenship. Today, the university is proud to be presenting 5 of our graduates, as displayed in the programme, with this award along with their academic degrees.
Through your actions to achieve this New England Award, you have shown yourselves to be high-achieving, proactive and outward-looking members of this university community. The university is proud of the relationships we have developed with many organisations in Australia and in fact around the world as a result of your efforts. On behalf of the University Council and the entire university community, I extend to you our hearty congratulations.
Would the graduates please be seated? Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you all those candidates newly admitted to academic degrees and awards who are able to be present at this ceremony, commencing with those candidates newly admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Doctor of Philosophy Chancellor's Doctoral Research Medal, Dr. Russell Dean Christopher Bicknell. Nature Red Tooth and Claw, Studies of Extinct and Extant Arthropod Predator-Prey Systems. Dr. Benyao Lee, Nonlinear Critical Elliptic Problems, Existence and Uniqueness. Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Robin Rahul Achari, Shedding Kinetics, Molecular Epidemiology and Improved Surveillance of Inclusion Body Hepatitis IBH caused by fowl and adenovirus type 8B in broiler chicken. Dr. Yoichiro Akioka, Japan's Energy Policy Post-Fukushima, a computable general equilibrium analysis of the nuclear energy and renewable energy policies. Dr. Khalifa Mohammed Syed Al-Kindi, Modelling of Dubus Bug, Omartissus libicus, Habitat and Population Density in Oman, based on association with environmental, climatological and human practice factors. Dr. Thomas Brougham, Systematics of carnivorous ornithodians from mid-Cretaceous Grimmen Creek Formation, Lightning Ridge, and quantitative considerations for evaluating morphology in dinosaurs. Dr. Jane Clothier, Beyond the Miracle Foal, a study into the persistent effects of gestational immaturity in horses. Dr. Rhonda June Davey, Profilin diffusion in live cell membranes. Dr. Sangay Dorji, Mapping Conservation Priorities and Assessing Connectivity Pathways for Threatened Mammals Under Future Climate Change in the Eastern Himalayan Biodiversity Hotspot of Bhutan. Dr. Nikala Sarah Glide, Correlation of rodent behavioral and physiological measures following different combinations of lifetime stress. Dr. Mortatha Kayun Oji, Phosphorus-water interaction and productivity of intercrop sorghum and soybean. Dr. Isabel Rose Roberts, Plant-Insect Interactions, Acacia falcata and native ant visitors. Dr. Etido Paul Umoran, Hydrocarbon and metal pollution of eastern Niger Delta ecosystems, geographies of impact and contamination assessment of aquatic food chains in rural communities. Dr. Maria Laura Vila, Nitrate and nitrate metabolism in ruminant livestock. Dr. Andrea Siobhan Wallace, Great Expectations, Forced Local Government Amalgamations in the New England 2004-2016. Dr. Bryony Kate Wilcox, Merging Crop Pollination with Remote Sensing to Better Understand Spatial Variability in Australian Tree Orchards. Master of Philosophy, Sarah Safter, An Analysis of Consumer Online Reviews, Ethnographic Evidence from Australia. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the newly admitted graduates who are able to be with us here today. Chancellor, I now invite the Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law, Professor Caroline Gross, to present the candidates newly admitted to the degrees and awards, commencing with the degree of Master, who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those candidates newly awarded the degrees of Masters from the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law. Master of Business, Eloise McMahon. Master of Business Administration, Donna Jean Bookmusser. Elise Crabb. Amanda Lee Rebecca Harmer. Ophius Matson Hura. Hayley Ann McGowan, also receiving the Bachelor of Science. Anthony Gerard Miles. Master of Commerce, Professional Accounting, Saeed Abul Kalam Azad. Veronica Sacco. Master of Commerce, Public Accounting, Matthew Griffin. Yin Ling Shi. Master of Economic and Regional Development, Priscilla Marie Fisher. Master of Economics, Shuhad Ibrahim. Master of Environmental Science, Miriam Zulekar Khan. Master of Environmental Science and Management, Sophia Katerina Dunn. Chrissy J. Joyster. Master of Information Technology, Jagdeep Kaur. Master of Information Technology Business, Nikisi Goodluck Onyegabul. Heather Seals. Master of Laws, Shakil Abbas. Master of Professional Accounting, Nicole Creek. Wooong Q Ra. Master of Science in Agriculture, Brittany Jade Gibbs. Xiao Shang Hu Wan. Sechit Mala. Edward Isensar Magamba. Master of Scientific Studies, Jade Kathleen Fountain. Master of Strategic Organisational Development, Louise Rebecca Curry. Master of Strategic Organisational Development and Human Resource Management, Linda Catherine Chapman. Tegan Clementson. Samantha Lisa Roberts. Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those candidates newly awarded their graduate diploma and graduate certificate from the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law. Graduate diploma in Accounting, Jennifer Taylor. Graduate Diploma in Economics, Simon Andrew Penny. Graduate Certificate in Business, Brad Wilston Smith. Graduate Certificate in E-Learning, Sharon Louise Hennessy. Graduate Certificate in Human Resource Management, Paul N. Never. Janine Wittenden. Maria Zaylalas. Graduate Certificate in Management, Kira Ann Bradford. Graduate Certificate in Public Accounting, Miriam Dinner Winter. Graduate Certificate in Science, Ryan Patrick O'Donnell. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the newly admitted Master's graduates and newly awarded Graduate Diploma and Graduate Certificate graduates from the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law who are able to be here today. Chancellor, I now invite Pro Vice-Chancellor Academic Innovation, Professor Jonathan Powles, to present the candidates newly awarded the Bespoke Graduate Diploma and Graduate Certificate.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those candidates newly awarded the Bespoke Graduate Diploma and Graduate Certificate. Graduate Diploma in Professional Practice, Kate Louise Pardee. Graduate Certificate in Professional Practice, Alison Marie Hogan. Elijah Isaac Rayan, also receiving the New England Award. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the newly awarded Bespoke Graduate Diploma and Graduate Certificate graduates who are able to be here today. Chancellor, I now invite the Deputy Head of School of Science and Technology, Dr. Philip Fourie, to present the candidates newly admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours and Bachelor, and those candidates newly awarded the Advanced Diploma and Diploma who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those candidates newly awarded the Bachelors with Honours, Bachelors, Advanced Diploma and Diploma from the School of Science and Technology. For the Bachelors of Science with Honours, Timothy George Frauenfelder, First Class Honours, also receiving the University Medal. Zee Low, First Class Honours, also receiving the University Medal. Bachelor of Biomedical Science, Bryce Mitchell Wilmot. Bachelor of Exercise and Sports Science, Benjamin Harley Bunt. Karen Elizabeth Searle. Bachelor of Science, Emma Baisley. Braden Carroll. Cheryl Marie Cottrell. Grant Alfred Bruce Houston. Rebecca Johnson. Penelope Jane Leary, also receiving the New England Award. Lachlan James Morrison. Craig Saxby Munns. Benjamin Moby Preen. Rhiannon Jade Wilson. Bachelor of Sports Science, Joanne Elizabeth Reid, also receiving the Bachelor of Organizational Leadership and also receiving the New England Award. Advanced Diploma in Science, Jamie Street. Diploma in Science, Christina Louise Dewey. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the newly admitted Bachelor with Honours and Bachelor graduates and the newly awarded Advanced Diploma and Diploma graduates from the School of Science and Technology who were able to be here today. Chancellor, I now invite the Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law, Professor Caroline Gross, to present the candidates newly admitted to the degree of bachelors who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those candidates newly awarded the Bachelor from the School of Environmental and Rural Science. Bachelor of Agriculture, Bachelor of Business, Matthew Charles Henman. Annabelle Catherine Jill Kensett. Brandy May Megson. Edwina Smith. Bachelor of Agriculture, Hamish Arthur Andrews. Amy Louise Butt. Abigail Louise Chalice. Julia Charlotte Dern. Molly Head. Christopher Evan Vass. Jonathan Douglas Town. Bachelor of Ecology, Samantha Diamond. Bachelor of Engineering Technology, Christopher Clark. Mitchell Smith. Bachelor of Environmental Science, Dione Frost. Ella Rose Mazdaldir. Joshua Aaron Zimmerman. Bachelor of Geoscience, Hayden Daxter. Bachelor of Plant Science, Rebecca Michelle Payne. Bachelor of Zoology, Tani Victoria Barnes. Lorena Boyle. Murray Ravenshaw Cheers, also receiving the New England Award. Nicholas Brett Crouch. Stephanie Margaret Gardner. Olivia May Gore. Yasmin Page Marshall. Ashley Jean Miller. Kimberly Rachel Miller. Grace Regan. Georgia Smith. Jamie Soper. Ethan William Patrick Towns. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the newly admitted bachelor's graduates from the School of Environmental and Rural Science who are able to be here today. Chancellor, I now invite the representative from the UNE Business School, Associate Professor Sujana Adapa, to present the candidates newly admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours and Bachelor, and those candidates newly awarded the diploma who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those candidates newly awarded the Bachelor with Honours, Bachelor and Diploma from the UNE Business School. Bachelor of Agricultural and Resource Economics with Honours, Maxwell Arthur Laurie, Second Class Honours Division 2. Bachelor of Accounting, Yi Xuan Lee. Bachelor of Agribusiness, Timothy David Baer. Elliot Carlin. Jasmine May Hobbs. Kizaya Nalder Lockhart. Bachelor of Business, Maya Blackburn. Lisa Marie Catherine Brown. Jin Cheng Chai. Georgia Campbell. Melanie Lisa Faint. Xiao Hui Gu. Yi Guo. Tamika Lockyer. Eliza Reid Louis Newmarch. Kyle David O'Brien. Shona Elizabeth Poole. Elise Marie Smith. Matthew Swain. Shannon Lee Toms. Angie Wong. Natalie Ellen Waters. Sophie Williams. You have Lee. Bachelor of Commerce, Marlan Sajit Disnayake. Bachelor of Commerce Accounting, Amelia Lillian Brissett. Brandon Scott. Bachelor of Economics, Brett Allen Shepherd. Bachelor of Organizational Leadership, Trudy Casey. Gary Matthew George. Rachel Goss. Darren Murch. Samuel Sherin. John Mark Tuzel. Bachelor of Training and Development, Janet Fierro. Diploma in Business, Shannon Lee McCallum. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the newly admitted Bachelors with Honours and Bachelors graduates and newly awarded Diploma graduates from the UNE Business School who were able to be here today. Chancellor, I now invite the Head of School of Law, Professor Michael Adams, to present the candidates newly admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours and Bachelor and those candidates newly awarded the Advanced Diploma and Diploma who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those candidates newly awarded the Bachelor with Honours, Bachelor's, Advanced Diploma and Diploma from the School of Law. Bachelor of Agriculture and Bachelor of Laws, Hayley Isabel Gritching. Meg Helen Boga Rice, also receiving the New England Award. Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Laws, Nicole Veronica Cassie. Callum Andrew Hughes. Bachelor of Business and Bachelor of Laws, Brent Richard Valente. Bachelor of Criminology and Bachelor of Laws, James Edward Canal. Naomi Vera von Schneff. Bachelor of Laws, Daniel Renee Archer. Michael Bascon. Joseph James Burke. Kirk Robert Burton. George Andrew Kalman. Bronwyn Chamberlain. Kelly Ann Chessor. Marguerite de Villiers. Kimberly Ruth Hall. Chloe Ann Head. Luke Robert Johnston. Vanessa Leanne Kitchen. Christina Suzanne Lockley. Levi Melvin. Dream Margaret Morley. Helen Joy Pegg. Salvador Antonio Sanchez Sanchez. Andrea Michelle Snoxall. Stephen Thomas Warren. Graham Reginald White. Advanced Diploma in Legal Studies, Karen Elizabeth Stanton. Diploma in Legal Studies, Natasha Jane Parker. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the newly admitted Bachelors with Honours and Bachelors graduates and newly awarded Advanced Diploma and Diploma graduates from the School of Law who are able to be here today.
Congratulations. I now invite Mr. Tim Frauenfelder, Bachelor of Science, First Class Honours and University Medalist, to deliver your vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for attending graduation today, and with a special thank you to the UNE Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, local elders of the New England area, all of the academic staff, distinguished guests, my fellow graduates, and all of the family and friends that are here today to support and celebrate such great academic achievements. I'd like to start with a quote. Sometimes it is hard to be motivated, but once you get up and do it, you feel like you've conquered the world. That's by my personal friend, Britney Jean Spears. And honestly, that's how we should all feel today. We've all taken everything that's been thrown at us, juggled and fumbled it around, and came out conquering the world. I can guarantee that none of us here today have had the journey that we expected when we arrived on the first day, and despite what we may have thought throughout our time, this is a brilliant thing. Like many of you, I moved here to pursue my dream of study by myself all the way from Melbourne. I spent the start of my time here at Earl Page College, and I fondly remember the first few weeks of meeting strangers and classmates, not yet knowing who would become lifelong friends and family throughout my time. Coming from a high school where teacher support was limited, I never knew just how supportive academic staff could be and their important role in shaping not only mine, but everyone else's here's education here at UNE for the better. And boy, did I need the support network of friends and staff. Throughout my study here, myself, just as I'm sure many others in front of me here, have been unfortunate in dealing with various mental health problems and personal struggles along the way. If you told me a year ago that I would be standing here giving this speech, I wouldn't have believed you. I still don't really believe it's happening, but here I am, and here we all are. The easy access to support staff was incredibly helpful during my bachelor's, and especially during my honours when I needed it the most. UNE has gone above and beyond to provide great support to all of their students when and if it's needed. Personally, I'd like to take some time to specifically thank those who gave their time, wisdom, support, and helped me push through my many doubts and fears that allowed me the opportunity to be able to be here today to deliver this speech. Thank you to the Honours Coordinators, Sue Wilson and Heather Nonhebel, for creating valuable lessons on research and an incredible support environment between all of us Honours students. Nick Campione for teaching me statistics, which I still need help with, by the way. And lastly, Phil Bell, my Honours Supervisor and long-term mentor, who took a chance on me and has helped in shaping my career to what it is today. Without all of you and my friends and family, I wouldn't be here. But here I am, and here we all are, conquerors, conquerors of our dreams, conquerors of our doubts, and conquerors of the hill between the colleges and the university that none of us really enjoyed going up, especially on the straw nights. And it's this lesson more than any other that we will take with us in life and all of our future endeavours. That feeling that through it all, we're all going to be okay. Not only will we get through it, but we're going to come out stronger than yesterday. We will conquer. I'd like to give a final thank you to the University of New England for providing great education and support to all the students, either off campus or on campus. I can't wait to see what happens in the future, as I'm sure all of the other graduates can agree. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Graduates, you've joined an extraordinary family, a worldwide family. It's called the alumni of the University of New England. Though here today, you will have started your network for life, whether it be personal or professional or both. The alumni will provide you with a network that is worldwide, that if you work, and some of you will work in many places around the world during your working lives, some of you will go home to many countries, you will find, I'm sure, members of the University of New England alumni there. They would be quite willing to help you, whether it be in a professional sense or a personal sense, or just simply to find the best place to buy a cup of coffee. But Being a member of the alumni is important to us, means we can keep in contact with you and you can keep in contact with us. We like to know what you're doing, and we actually like you to know that how we're growing and developing this place so that it is held in as much high esteem in 10 years' time as it is today, and you will know that. For you who've come here today for the first time and haven't stepped foot on this campus before, please have a look round. It's not as green as we'd like it to be, but it's still an extraordinary campus, and take the opportunity to meet your fellow graduates, but also to meet face-to-face your lecturers and tutors that have guided you, and also the people in the library and which other professional staff have helped you, student admin. As Tim said a minute ago, you didn't get here on your lonesome. It's been the professional and academic staff of the university and your family and friends. The university staff, I know and you know, are willing to put long hours into making sure you get to where you want to get to, and they want you to get there. But also your families who've helped with the odd bit of rent and maybe the odd meal, or taking those kids off your hands when that assignment had to be in yesterday. I'd like you to stand, please, and thank them in the usual way with a round of applause. So if our graduates could stand and face their family and friends and thank them would be great. Please be seated. We're all told that we all have 5 or 6 jobs in our lives, and life is one long learning curve, and it's true. So when you decide to take that next step down life's long learning path, please think of this place on the hill, the University of New England. We'd love to see you back. I would like to thank on your behalf the people who have made today possible, Student Services, FMS, and all the people that work behind the scenes, that make it work seamlessly, make your life easier, make our life easy, and make this campus look as good as it can, even in times like this. So on your behalf, I would like to thank them. Before I close this ceremony, I invite our new graduates to process after the academic procession, and now ask you to stand for the singing of the academic anthem, Gaudeamus Igitus, and I declare the ceremony closed.